Yo, shout out to my boy Nelson. Let's go. Turn up. He doing it now.
Oh man, you hear it. I got to play the jingle double time. Welcome to Wednesday. Welcome to the most exciting night in combat sports, the best show in combat sports, the Nelson Lopez Jr. Show, where we not only get to talk to the boss man, but one of the most sought after men in the fight game right now. And without further ado, let's go ahead and bring the man of the hour to the stage. If we can add him to the stage here. We got some reasons. We appear to be. I removed me from the stage and brought to the stage. Hey, we got to do it right.
Hold on a second. I don't know if thank you. Hey, I don't think I can hear you. I might have to jump out and jump back in.
All right. Well,
can you hear me fine?
I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can't hear you. Hold on one second. I don't know if everyone else can hear you. Anybody else can?
Well, I don't know. I appear to be unmuted, but we are unmuted now. Can you hear me now?
I'm gonna jump out and jump back in.
All right, we're going to let Nelson jump out and jump back in and see how that goes. Currently, he's got a great guest this week as he begins to talk up this huge card that this company right here is about to put on, which is a beautiful thing. And also, he got the Trigon update. We got some big news with Trigon coming up as we work out these technical difficulties here. So, Lo, here he is, pinging back in. So first and foremost, we do want to talk about, we will be announcing the North Carolina tryout date tonight and the venue that we've got. So I know I've gotten a lot of asks on social media from fighters. And here we go. The boss is back. We're gonna see if we can bring him in.
Now.
Here we go. Hey, now let's do it officially, man. Hey.
Oh,
they just give you. Did you just get the little ones the second time, bro?
I don't know what happened when you.
Let's do this again. Welcome to the Nelson Lopez Jr. Show, boss.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me on my me show.
On the me show. How you doing, man? How you? Technical difficulties aside, man. How are you doing this week, boss?
Everything's good, man. Everything is it's progress, right? It's like it's a lot going on. There's a lot of planning, a lot of organizing. It's a new system. It's a new sport. There's little challenges in front of us, but nothing that we already don't foresee. And as long as we plan and we know what we're doing, we know how we're moving. Let's just eliminate all the excuses in the beginning. You know what I mean? Like we already know what could go wrong, so let's eliminate them now.
Well, as the president tells me almost every day, Mr. Joshua Chassie, it's an exciting time to be alive. Tells me every day. It's exciting time. Exciting time
to be alive. It's the future.
Before I let you in, I know you got announcements to make, including the Trigon Combat, but I want you to hold those because I know you got a very important guest that you'd like to bring up, and we'll get to those at the end of the show. There's questions. I know the audience had told me earlier they want to ask some questions at the end, but boss, why don't you let the people know who you got for them?
Well, real exciting. I'm a fan of combat sports, and I'm more of a fan of female combat sports. And it's very nice to highlight what females have done in combat sports. And a young lady that is one of those fighters that are making their name in the sport, especially the new sport of bare knuckle, Mrs. Helen Peeralta. Can I get a clap? There we go. Thank you.
I'll clap for you. I got you.
So what's up, man? What's going on? Go ahead.
Life is going on.
Life is going on. I mean, listen, everyone always says, everybody paints these pictures. They don't see the hard part of stuff. You just see the nice part of stuff. They see the shiny stuff, but there's a lot of work that goes on in the back end. Where are you training now? What part of it? What state? What gym?
Well, I didn't want to say anything about it
Oh,
because
okay.
I don't want to
Secret
cause
location
any
is fine.
drama.
Okay, okay.
There will be some drama.
There's not a lot of drama in the combat sports world. Not at all. Like everybody
Well,
gets along.
okay, all I'm gonna say is Vegas.
Okay.
That's
Hey.
it. That's it. I
All
know
right.
there's gonna be some feelings hurt
Uh
next week because
huh.
I have been keeping things on the grabs for a
Okay.
while. Like I'm
Okay.
working in silence.
Yeah.
But next week somebody's coming to do a documentary, so I can't keep it in silence anymore.
Right.
So like next week people will know exactly where I'm at. But like it's in Vegas. I'm
Okay.
not in Vegas right now.
Hmm.
I stepped out for 2 weeks
Okay.
to like because I just came out of a training camp. My
Hmm.
fight didn't happen in
Yeah.
February, and that stuff was happening, and it was very upsetting. And
Yeah.
I had to like rebuild, even though I didn't
Of
fight, so I
course.
didn't
No. Of
lose.
course. Of
But
course.
to me, it was a loss.
Yeah.
The fact that I didn't fight was a loss because it was my fault.
Right.
So I was internalizing that, and I just came to the wilderness for a second, and now I'm going back to Vegas next week to get my shit together.
Mm.
And where I'm going in Vegas, there will be a reveal soon.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm excited. I want to know. And you know what? Some I know it's a corny just to say everything happens for a reason, but like I think that you're probably more clear minded. Everything happens where I think it's gonna benefit, of all the hard work that you can put out there. So just be positive about it. I'm pretty much that's all I push is to be positive, and it's all set up already for us. So
No,
I think.
everything is just lining up perfectly. It's actually, I'm starting to feel like I'm like, I have superpowers or something. Like, when
You
things
do.
just pan out, like
Yeah. No.
exactly
Listen.
how they need to pan out.
100%.
It's
I've
weird.
been feeling like that. I've been seeing things happen in my life where it's just like this, and you're like, whoa, wow, and that's awesome. That's a good part. Like Josh says, it's a good time to be alive right now.
It is 100%.
100%. Where did this fighting careers like come from? Like what, you know, in we're Hispanic culture, like the man and the woman, like sometimes how a Spanish man is like maybe they're a little bit more dominante, and the woman that fights it, but it's normal now. But where did it come out where it says, you know what, I want to fight? Was it a young age? Was it something that just sparked it?
Actually, I was 27 years old the first time I ever watched a fight, ever in my entire life. I was 27
Wow.
years old. I was having a housewarming party, even though I've been living in that place for a year because I keep people away. Like humans are fucking annoying to me, so I keep people away. So after living in this place for a year, I had one of my friends knocking on the door without messaging me, and I was just leaning on the door. I was drinking wine straight from the bottle, and I was like, "No, you didn't call me. You don't get to like knock on my door. Fuck you." And then all of a sudden she goes, "I got tamales." And I was like, "Oh, you got tamales? I gotta open the door for tamales." Come on now.
We know the
So,
weakness now, ladies and gentlemen. Helen Peeralta will open the door for tamales. Okay.
so I opened the door and she's like, "You should have a housewarming party." I'm like, "I've been living here for a year, but sure." And then during during my housewarming party, this kid came over and he was like, "Oh my God, did you see Ronda Rousey get knocked out?" And I'm like, "What? What are you talking about? What do you want? Change? Do you want money? Like, what are you talking
Yeah.
about?" And he's like, "Ronda Rousey get knocked out." I'm like, "I don't know what that means." He goes, "Do you know who Ronda Rousey is?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "How could you not know?" And his brain was blown. And then he
Yeah.
started showing me videos. So it's showing me the fight between Ronda Rousey and Holly Holm. I don't
Yeah.
know which one is which. So I'm just watching it because he's like forcing me kind of at this point because he's drunk too. And I'm
Right.
drunk. I'm drunk out of my ass. So I'm looking at this and I'm just watching it. And I'm like, at one point she went to shoot and she missed. And then she turned around and looked at the camera. And I was like, that's the girl that's going to lose. And I didn't know anything about fighting, but
Yeah.
that's what I said. And then all of a sudden, I was like, she just ran into that kick and she was out. And I was like, I didn't even know which one was which. But the moment I watched that and like
You
how
knew.
many feelings I had about that, I thought to myself, this is something I can do. I love that. I love the mean mugging. I love the walk. I loved everything about it.
Awesome.
And I was
That's
like,
awesome.
the next day, I was drunk out of my mind, and it's my house, so nobody's gonna tell me I'm wrong, right? So I was like, I can be champion, and people are like, yeah, sure, like they're trying to
Right,
be
of course.
polite. Yeah, they're trying to be polite. So the next day, I woke up with a headache. So I
Yeah.
went for the hair of the dog type of situation, and I had a beer, and then I got my brain back together, and I was like, you know what? I want to prove them wrong. I'm actually gonna train and do this shit that they call MMA, whatever that means.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't even know what I stand for, MMA. I didn't know. So I contacted this guy, Dylan Muniz in town, who was the only professional fighter around. And I was
Hmm.
like, hey, I want to be a champion. What do I got to do? And he messaged me back saying, how about we start with just showing up? And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, I'll show up. But I used to smoke cigarettes and drink a lot. And like the first round, I was just
Done.
gassed out. And then eventually, the more, because I don't like failing at anything, I like to
Right.
conquer everything that I do. So I was like, the next day it got better. The next day it got better. Then all of a sudden I stopped smoking. I got back into drinking, and I was on point. Oh my,
That's
I was like,
awesome.
like it
Amazing.
forced me to get to that point. And so he's one of my favorite human beings. He's an amazing human being, Dylan Muniz. I wouldn't be where I am right now today if it wasn't because of him.
Hmm.
Of course, you always outgrow where you're at,
Right.
but that was my star. And it was a good star
That's
because
awesome.
I was there with people who actually understood martial arts and they understood what it took for somebody to change the way they live. And
Right.
that's what I did. Like that day, I changed the way I lived. I was 27. I wasn't a kid
Crazy.
going to like
Yeah.
wrestling
Yeah.
practice or
Yeah.
kickboxing. I was just thrown into the wolf right away.
Yeah. But at that age, I mean, women are more mature than men, quicker. You know what I mean? But at that age, 27, you kind of knew and committed. You know what I mean? It wasn't like let me test it. Like you committed,
Yeah, no, I
and
did.
and what you probably accomplished in that little time span. Like you said, you were thrown to the wolves. It wasn't like let me ease you into this. So you put yourself in a position where you had to really turn it up. And look, I mean, you were an ultimate fighter. Like you've accomplished a lot in a little time span of how long? Holly Holmes, like you just saw that and it was a spark. How do you feel now?
Oh, I
I,
feel great. And I'm a little sore because I
yeah,
haven't trained in like 3 weeks. So here's the
right.
thing, which is weird to say. When
Okay.
I do not train, I'm in pain. And it's weird because I'm not training yet. You would think
Right.
I'm
No, it's true.
relaxing,
It's true, yeah.
but it's just like my bones and everything gets tight, and I'm in
Yeah.
pain. I have a
Yeah, yeah.
hard time sleeping when I don't train.
It's true.
Luckily enough, I'm going back to training this week, so that's awesome. I'm going back to camp. But the thing is that I did a whole training camp, two training camps back to
Mhm.
back without a fight because I missed weight
Yeah.
in February. So
Do
the
you
fight didn't happen. So even though the fight didn't happen, that doesn't take away the
right,
effort I put
right. Of
to
course.
get to that point. So
Did
I
was
had to
there
take a break.
was there some sort of a delay? I mean, if you don't feel comfortable talking about it, that's fine too. Um, why was that? I just knew about
Well,
it. What happened in that time? Was there a weight change? Was there something
no, the fight was at 130 pounds for that inaugural belt.
title? Hmm.
And I knew the BYB was promoting me, and I loved it. The fact that they were like behind me, and you know, I was more than grateful for that. But what
Yeah.
happened was that I had an issue. I was drinking too much alcohol. So I
Oh,
went
okay.
into an inpatient alcohol
Oh,
program. Yeah, for that half of my training camp, which is impatient.
Right.
And then when I got out, they realized that I have just issues with chronic depression, anxiety, and stuff. So they gave me medication. But the more I took the medication, the more weight I kept gaining. Like it didn't matter what I
Yeah.
did my
Yeah.
hormones were like just completely off guard. I have
Mhm.
never taken medication in my entire life
Right.
until last fall. And so my body didn't know how to react. So I would just keep gaining weight and gaining weight no matter what I did. It didn't
Yeah.
matter what I did. I was just going to be heavier the next day. So then I was like, okay, 5 weeks before the fight, I decided I was 38 pounds away. So I thought to myself, I have to make a decision between depression and wanting to make weight. So I decided to stop taking the medication, but I guess that was not enough time.
Yeah.
So I lost 30 of those pounds, but the last eight wouldn't come through. And I went into kidney failure.
No, 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 no.
And my kidneys were hurting so bad, I just couldn't move. I was just,
I've
I
seen that.
feel,
I've seen that happen before. Like
yeah, it's
hands
like a
cramp,
back pain. Yeah,
back,
and
everything
everything
tightens
cramp.
up. Your
Your
legs.
fingers go
Yeah.
back on their
Yeah.
own.
That's. I've seen that really bad. Very scary.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
scary, right? So it's like I tried as much as I could, and then I
Well,
thought eight
see,
pounds is too much.
it
But
wasn't. It
five
wasn't.
pounds,
It's okay. It's
yeah,
good.
5 pounds means my opponent can still fight. So I was like,
Right.
if I could just do 3 more pounds.
But
So I kept pushing for it.
you're the 135 champ, right? You're not the
I'm
one
the 125-pound champs.
25 pound. Okay. Okay. So it was right. So I was right. Face. It was 125 pound champ. I thought it was 35 pound. So it is.
125.
Yeah, 25. And now the fight with Jamie Driver. Jamie Driver is a higher weight class, correct?
Yeah, correct.
And you guys are supposed to meet at 140 or 135.
We're meeting at 140. She's the champion at 147. And
Yeah.
like boxing has weird numbers. Like
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
still
They
trying to
do it
get
based
used
on
to it.
kilos, but it is kind of weird, kind of off, but
Yeah. So she's the champ at 147,
7, yeah.
and she's coming down to 140 to fight me at
Okay. And you're
140.
gonna go
So,
up.
and I'm going up three weight classes. So in reality, it's four weight classes because I'm going up three and she's coming
Wow.
down one. So I know she's gonna be a big bitch.
Yeah. Are you doing more are you doing more lifting? Are you eating more protein? Like is that bulk and that 140, is that going to be an issue because you've been training ever since that over there, you probably regulated your medication. Are you going to feel light on your feet and strong?
I'm gonna be way lighter than she is,
Yeah.
and also, I never have people my size to train with.
Yeah.
So
Right.
somebody being 140 doesn't mean shit because
Yeah.
most of the guys I train with, they're way more than
They're bigger.
140.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and right now I'm going to Vegas.
Okay.
That's
So you're
where
sparring.
I'm heading,
Okay.
and I'm not having any easy sparring sessions when I
That's it.
get there. You know, Vegas
Yeah.
is the pinnacle
Yeah, they
of
have a
sports,
lot
right?
of fighters, a lot of fighters, a lot of
Oh yeah, the Mayweather gym
yeah.
is crazy. So
And you
when
got a
I get there,
great card too. Great card you're on. Like a lot
oh
of good
yeah,
fights.
there's like seven champions on that card, so
That's
it's gonna be a
amazing.
really good card.
How is it? How is it working with Mike and Mel? Like how they treating you? Everything good? Like you enjoy the company that's been treating you fair? Like how do you feel about it?
Oh, those guys are awesome.
Yeah, they
Like
are.
Mike and Mel, like like of course, like there's no like what I love the most is that there's no favorism.
Right,
They don't
right,
favor me or the other person. They
right.
just
That's
make
how it
really good
should be.
matchups.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because like in reality, if they wanted to promote, like if they wanted to just be on my side, they
Yeah,
would put me against a newcomer for that division.
of course.
But
Yeah,
instead, I'm fighting the champion.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know
And
what I
and,
mean?
and accommodated a weight where both of you guys can accommodate the
Yeah.
fans because
Yeah, we're meeting halfway.
the fans are gonna benefit the
And we're
most,
both champions, so
and you're
this
both
is
champions.
awesome.
No,
So
and
they're not
it's a big move to become two division champion. Like one of you guys are gonna be two division champion, which is amazing.
exactly. And
Yeah,
it's amazing. And they do that with pretty much all their fights. Nobody
yeah,
gets like an easy ride in
yeah,
BYB. You
yeah,
have to fight your way. You have to fight for yours.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what it is. You have to defend yours. Your ass, your face, whatever you want to call it, but you have to fight for yours.
You gotta defend it.
In prison is your butt.
It's your body.
Here is your face.
I don't know. I wouldn't know. I don't know. Face. You know anything about that? But we're just we're excited about that. That's gonna be in Tennessee.
Yeah,
Right?
Nashville, Tennessee,
So
June 21st.
um what are some of her have you watched, do you watch tape on your opponents or no?
I watched two of her fights.
Okay.
Um, she's very basic,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
How about power?
I,
How about power wise?
she has some power, but she only has power when the other person's going against her power, like when you clash forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's kind of a counter striker, feels like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also counter striker, which makes fights
You apply a lot
boring.
of you apply a lot of pressure. Hands
Yeah,
up,
I like
walk
to apply
forward.
pressure and just walk, and I just literally just walk
Yeah.
forward.
You just walk. You just
I don't even like hop
disrupt the space.
around.
Yeah.
I just walk. She likes to hop around. She's a hopper. That's what I call
Yeah.
it. But she has a lot more weight to move around. I don't.
Yeah.
So my
Without giving away
cardio
no
is.
secrets. Don't give away no secrets.
I
But
don't have to give away any secret. I'm gonna give her a secret.
yeah.
Be faster, bitch.
Yeah.
But other than that,
Is Jamie Driver listening? Let me see.
no. Hey, Jamie. You know that shit you say you're smelling? That's your mouse being too close to your fucking nose.
Oh my god. So you guys got a little beef. So at the end of the fight, there's not gonna be no hugging.
They shouldn't be. It should be a finish. I don't care who finishes. And then
Yeah.
that's the thing. That's the
I
freedom
like
that you get from knowing who the fuck you are. When you really
Yeah.
know who you are, I don't even give a fuck who wins. But there's gonna be a resolution right now, and I'm here for it.
Oof, I love it. I love it. Hey, hey Faith, I'm kind of scared. I think you need to come in and make me feel a little bit more safe because Helen looks serious. She's
I can't be no help, Helen. I'm not fighting no Helen Peralta, bro.
Helen, you do you ever you're from Dominican Republic, yeah?
Yeah, correct.
What part?
Santo Domingo, the capital.
Santo Domingo. That's awesome. And how about fans, family that watch you? Do you got are there people there, family that are watching you from there and seeing your fights?
I am not sure.
Not sure. You're not connected there.
No, I'm not connected to anybody.
Okay.
I
I was
actually not connected to absolutely anybody.
anybody in New York. Would you live there? And when you come here to start fighting?
When I came to the U.S. when I was 15, because I finished high school early.
Yeah.
I was not fighting. I finished college and I did all the stuff, and then around 27, I watched the fight between
That
Holly
fight
Holm
was
and
crazy.
Ronda Rousey.
Any
And
other
then I
sports?
started training.
Any other sports like soccer, softball, baseball? Not
No, we used to have a fight club
fight club, but where? Where like in
in
actual?
Dominican Republic.
Oh.
We had a fight club after school. So
See,
if you have a
that's what I
The
was
problem
trying
with
to
first
get
rule of
out.
Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. Boss.
That's what I was trying to get out. I want to
I know, that's why I got kicked out.
I knew it. She didn't want to talk about it.
If you don't mind, I
No,
would like. I do have a question, champ. You know, you're a pioneer of the sport as well, and you came in the sport, of course, in a rival league. You beat a person who many think is unbeatable as a female fighter, but you had an epic fight in 2019. You knocked her down twice in the second round, and you won the fight. You know, and then you took a hiatus for some years there. How do you feel your place is in this sport that's blowing up? I mean, it's the fastest growing sport in the world, and you are a pioneer there. How do you feel your place in the sport is?
well, I think I'm here to like let people know what it means. Like even Jamie Driver, like I see some of the things that she has said, and I think it's cute. I think it's so cute because she doesn't understand what's gonna happen on June 21st. and she's going to learn a lot about herself. And I'm not being sarcastic. I know I'm laughing, so it looks like I'm being sarcastic. I'm not being sarcastic. But we all have to learn someday, somehow. And she's going to learn some things about herself that she never knew about before. And that's me making the world better. I'm just making the world a better place.
Oh my gosh. Face, she's a beast. I love it. I love
Absolutely.
it. Jamie,
Absolutely.
you have any sponsor? I don't know. I know you got secret sponsors and secret training camps. Anybody you want to shout out, your social medias, let everybody know to follow you.
Oh, just so you know, the goddess of thunder and lightning, she don't do social media, bro.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
saying.
He's right. I actually don't do social media. I was gonna say shout out to anybody who gives a flying fuck. You know who you are, and thank you so fucking much. If you want to know where to follow me, look at the fucking title of this video and find out how to do it. It's not my problem.
Oh my God, Helen, she's the best. I love it. I love it. We gotta bring her in. Yeah, you want to do some commentating? You'd be a good commentator. Just go
Yeah,
in
put
there.
it beside
You
face. Put it on the trigon. Let's.
I just got. Yeah, I wanted to. I get her to commentate on the on some of these fights, man. Like just straight up, this guy's no good. He's scared.
I'm like, what do you think, champs? You're like, they're getting fucked up.
Like, get that guy out of here. Stop this fight. I'm not commentating. That guy can't fight.
I can't watch anymore.
Well, look, man, I'm so excited. Thank you for coming on and sharing your story. You know, maybe you got like a book you got to write one day. Like people, we gotta tell the story, man. We got the Fight Club story of Helen Peeralta. That's it right there.
Boy, in reality, my main goal in life is not to be the best in martial arts. I want to be a motivational speaker. So all I'm doing right now is collecting cool stories to go with it.
Let's
so
go.
when I tell you get off your ass and get your shit together,
Let's
I've
go.
been there. I've been there myself. I'm
I
not
love it.
blowing out hot air.
I love it.
No hot air here.
And you know what? Everything that you're doing is just proof of concept. And I commend you for that. So you're doing a great job. Keep it up. And I'm following you now.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Gary, man, that's gonna be a hell of a fight.
She's serious.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Bro, she's dead serious.
Listen, I saw her in Denver when she missed weight. She was very despondent, and she was, man. She tried like hell to lose that weight. You could tell that.
But you know what? It worked out for the better. It could have been like that's one thing that fighters need to really, really be serious about. And this is the part I was telling someone in the gym. I go, get in shape, bro. Don't wait your last 4 weeks to try to make weight, and you can't focus on your strategy, focus on your drills, focus on your movement because you're worried about making weight. Man, like it's your responsibility to be on weight. This fight game is no joke. I've lost friends in this game.
No doubt about it. And listen, you see the new age fighter boss like a Jamie. She stays in shape all the time. She's in the gym every day, like the new featherweight champ over at BKFC. Jessica the Black Widow stays in shape all the time. David Mundell stays in shape all the time now, and he used to balloon up and go back. And he's learned the discipline. So you're right. I mean, you're right.
This is a lifestyle. This is a lifestyle. You want to be a fighter, then it's a lifestyle. You gotta live like a fighter. You gotta eat like a fighter. You gotta train like a fighter. And you gotta, hold your composure like a fighter. And that's it's part of your life. And it's not a game, it's not a joke. You're not going in there just to try to dance around. Like you're getting hit in the most important part of your body. So
I think
move.
Mike Tyson said it best when he said, discipline is doing what you hate to do, but doing it like you love it. Right. And that's what it requires. Right?
That's exactly what it is. That's just life, period.
Yes. That's a great. So while I got you, boss, and I know I don't got you long, I know you're busy. Let's talk about some Trigon business. Look, the people want to know. The people want to know, so we definitely gonna be,
I've got, believe it or not, the website has been live. We posted a couple clips of the site and the register. Everyone's asking, hey, where can we register? Where can we register? How can we fight? And you can go to the website. And if you go to the website, right there in the top. It says on the top right there, register. Top right, boom, and then there's your form. Fill out the form. It'll ask you what state, what tryout you want to go. Put all the information in, and if you have any links, make sure that you have links. Offer those links in that form so that we can find you, contact you, and accommodate. Maybe you might need a couple fights to turn pro, and we have a couple fights coming up. So just count on. We are going to have another 5 events, from now to the end of the year. They're going to be announced. So just imagine if you're a fighter and you've never got the opportunity and you attend these 5 fights, you can turn pro in certain states, right? Florida, South Carolina. So just imagine we're setting a stage right now on a platform where a fighter that needs 1 fight, 2 fights, 3 fights, 4 fights, 5 fights that they can attend to this year to be a pro trigon fighter, a pro bare knuckle fighter, a pro boxer. They can be that in 2026, and that's amazing. So,
well, now not only that, you're able to see tomorrow's champions today. These are great fighters. You just haven't seen them. It's another avenue for fighters to gain notoriety. We're gonna, and it's a different approach that you're giving these young fighters. You're giving them the pro experience as an amateur. Media days, weigh-ins catered, everything treated like a pro. Sponsorships. The production is like a pro. You have the backing of a pro. So. And it's such an exciting time with all these great fighters we're seeing. We've seen them. We saw them in South Carolina. We saw them in Mexico. We have upcoming tryouts in Houston. We've got California. We've got, of course, North Carolina, which we've just locked down. We feel comfortable giving out the date of the tryout here, right?
Yeah,
is that correct, boss? Yeah, July 12th, right here in Fayetteville, North Carolina, at Ambition Boxing Academy. I know a lot of y'all been looking. North Carolina's a hotbed with the Carolinas here. And it's going to be amazing, man. The things you guys are doing, and I'm proud to be, the voice of the Trigon, but the things you, Josh, and the rest of the leadership there is doing is amazing, man. It's amazing.
Yeah, man. Look, I know that it's growing. It's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. There's so much more that we have to offer, and we're building a nice foundation. We're in no rush. We're moving slow, but moving steady, moving forward. And it's growing. Like, things are coming together. All the pieces of the puzzles are coming together. I mean, we're on our second show. We're on our second show. Our second show, our second tryout, and it's gonna keep flowing until they did me like that. Yo, that's an old box rec picture, man. That's funny, bro. God, I had to take that down too.
Hold up, swole up.
Oh my goodness, they don't even do those pictures no more. They do just straight fan right here. That's it.
I'm sorry, boss. I had to do it to you. I also wanted you to say, I know you get, it's amazing what you guys are doing, but we got to talk about Global Combat Collective.
Yeah,
June 27th, live in Wichita. A lot of the internet is abuzz right now with this.
Man, this is the most dangerous man in the heavyweight division. You're talking about the most dangerous puncher in the world for 5 years. You know what I mean? Like, he ruled the heavyweight division for 5 years.
There you go. Look at it, laid down.
You got 45 fights, and he has 42 KOs. Only a couple, maybe the ones that he lost are the only ones he didn't knock out. I think Bahrain Stavine went with him 12 rounds, and then he turned around and knocked him out in a couple rounds. So, if he touches you.
If he touches you with that big right hand, man, you go.
But
you
let
might
me
be
tell
going
you
to sleep.
something. Terrell Herndon is not in any kind of shape or form feels that he is in any way on a B-side opportunity.
No. He thinks this is a big opportunity.
No. I don't care what his record says. I don't care what people say about this, or he might be a smaller guy. None of that. Andy Reid is a smaller guy. Mike Tyson was a smaller guy. Holyfield was a cruiserweight. I don't care what you say. That man is coming to fight. It's the fight of his life. It's his opportunity to win. He has everything to gain and nothing to lose. He's coming in there kamikaze style, and he is looking to knock out one of the greatest heavyweights has ever lived. One of the long range heavyweights in history in the United States, and it's his time to shine. You know,
And,
if I'm him, I'm coming gun blazing, like look out, and I'll just have to just eat one of those right hands if I have to, but I'm trying to take you out.
well, and then you got a local legend there, undefeated former Olympian Nico. What's the last name there with Nico?
Nico
Yes.
Hernandez.
Ooh,
You know,
coming back, man.
Yeah,
I'm
listen,
excited.
that's the thing. You know, there you got a young, homegrown. You know, he's still young. I don't even think he's in his 30s yet. Olympian, has been state champion, national champion, all kind of champion. You can't walk around Wichita without any, like you can talk to any Uber driver, they know who he is. And I just think that they just didn't put, no one took out the chance to put him into an opportunity like this. Like if we can go here to Wichita, put all these kids to fight and do it again and do it again and do it again, you know, you build a market. You build a market and you build a following. And the next thing you know, you're fighting for a title next to Canelo and Terrell.
Well, I definitely can see that in the future for Nico. He does have a great record. He has a great pedigree, but like you said, a lot of people in the Midwest, the flyover country, get overlooked by promoters, promotions, and don't get the opportunity. This is a huge opportunity on a big stage.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I guess the movement of the promoters sometimes just move towards the Miami scene or the Vegas scene or the New York scene or the LA scene, you know. But I really appreciate these locations where we're hitting, because, you know, it's a blank canvas, and it's an opportunity to build, and that's what I like. You know, I like to build. So.
Well, you are definitely building some building blocks. You got Trigon Global Combat. You've got a lot of people happy and excited in the fight game, me included. But you know how we do every week, man. We take your time up, but you got to leave us with some words of wisdom. And that's what, hey, words of wisdom, boss.
I gotta think about it. You put me on the spot. I wasn't really ready, but you know, there was something that happened the other day, and I kind of expected it, you know, and I actually realized I'm the one that actually caused it. What I'm trying to get at is that sometimes success comes by just removing all the distractions, right? Eliminating the distractions to get to where you're gonna go faster. So with time, which we're spending here all this time in this business, you gain experience. With experience, you gain wisdom, and with wisdom, you get farther faster. And if we start our day every day focused on making sure the distractions don't disrupt our movement, then we'll get further faster. Keep your hands up. Protect yourself at all times.
Yo, shout out to my boy Nelson. Let's go. Turn up. He doing his thing.